equations. You can write solving before quadratic, solving quadratic equation. So I'm just going to explain this first, that actually how solving quadratic equation it does works. How it works, like an quadratic equation is an equation that contains square of the variable. Like see, we see so many variable that has the square, but it has a specific form. How you can write the definition as well, okay? Should I write or should I just speak and you can copy that?
No, you can speak, I'll copy.
Okay, okay. And quadratic equation
Yeah.
is an equation that contains
Equation. Okay.
is an equation that contains
Okay.
square of the variable. Square of the variable.
Okay.
That no higher power of
That
higher power of x more than 2.
the no higher power of
That no have power of that no higher power of x more than 2. Like we
x more.
yeah, power
Wait,
of
how
x more
did you
than
write
2.
the last?
Sorry,
Wait, can you just write
wait. I'm just repeating.
the
Wait.
last one? I
And
got everything else, just the last one.
okay. That no higher power from us. Shall I start from this line?
Yeah, from no
That
that no higher power.
okay. That no higher power of x more than 2.
More than 2. Okay, yeah.
Okay, done. So we
Yeah.
see a lot of variables. We have solved a lot of various variables which has the power of square, but in this form it has a specific case that x has to be in the square root form. Okay, it doesn't need to be in the cube root form, it doesn't need to be in the quadratic square form. Okay, like we used to say like x raised to the power 4 as well, and whatever we on ourselves the variable, we just use we just use a power or exponent on its own, like we are using x raised to the power 5, 6 and so on. But in this case, what we are going to do, we have to deal only with x square, not more than x square. Okay, the cube root will not use, and the quadratic and etc, they the power more than 2 will not be used. Fine. And in this quadratic equation we're going to use a standard form. And what is that standard form? We will be moved towards this quadratic equation with a standard form of quadratic equation, that is a x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Now I am gonna elaborate each one of these, that how they work together. Like see this a, b and c, you can represent these three alphabets as real numbers. What are they? They are real numbers. Okay, like whatever the equation is coming, whatever the number is coming in the equation, we're gonna plug in that number into this a, b, c. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, and where ABC represents real number and A should not be equal to 0. That's the condition of, like for example, if sometimes if it comes to exam as well, that what is the definition of the quadratic equation. So that's the standard equation, that the standard definition of the quadratic equation till here. Like you can say that A, B, C are the real number. You have to write the definition as well. You have to write the standard form as well, and you have to represent this A, B, C with the real numbers. Got it?
Yeah.
And one thing more, that your a should not be equal to 0. Okay, otherwise if it should be, if it's equal 0, so the whole definition on whole equation, it will become 0 as well. Okay, so we have to see that a should not be equal to 0, so that we have actual form of x as well. Like for example, now I'm going to write just like the standard form of the equation of the quadratic equation. Fine. Just like ax squared, sorry, just like the ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. I'm just writing an equation which is similar this quadratic equation. And how's that? If for example, if I write 3x squared plus 7x minus 2, which equals to 0. Okay. And that one is my standard form. Aisha, Azan is there. Just 2 minutes wait. Okay.
नहीं. I just started.
Okay. Hello.
Yes. One
Okay.
thing. I just received an email. I'm moving into secondary school in September, and I have an online meeting where I'm going to meet my teachers at 5:45. So
Okay. And what's the time is that?
the
It's
it's 5:14. But
okay.
we still have quite some time. I'm just saying
It's
that
okay. It's
just
yeah.
so it's not so.
Okay.
Okay.
So just tell me
Thank
the time. Okay.
you.
It's okay, Aisha. I can manage. But one thing that is that meeting is going to be too long. Like so we have to compensate the class.
Um,
It's
it's
okay. It's okay. You can tell me, Aisha.
going to finish. No, no, no. I can
Uh,
have to the first. So it's at 5:45, and currently it's 5:15. So I have
okay.
40 minutes, but
Okay.
it's going to finish at 6:30, and yeah,
Okay. And if it's going
I would have
to be
told
end
before.
on.
I just received the email.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Inshallah, I'll try my best to cover that topic, today's topic, in 40 minutes. Okay. Don't worry about that. Just relax for your meeting. Okay. So the standard form we
Thank you.
are, yeah, it's okay. So the standard form, see this one, see this equation is in standard form. Okay. Now one thing remember that merge, don't mix this equation to the factor, the equation which we have been solving in the previous equation. We have been solving in the previous question by making the different factors, isn't it? Because see this expression These terms are just look like the previous equation, and we used to make the factors in the bracket by breaking into groups, and by making the two factors in the bracket, isn't it? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I thought that your my voice
Yes.
is not coming to you. Okay, okay. Okay, so see the equation. How to identify that the equation is a kind of quadratic equation? You have to see the last thing which equals to zero. If all the equation is equal to zero, that means we are going to use a quadratic equation. Got it? And the way the equation is written like 3x squared plus 7x minus 2 equals 0, that is the standard form of quadratic equation. If, for example, if it would have written like 3x squared is equal
Yeah.
to minus 7x plus 2, is it a standard form still? Aisha, am I audible? Hello?
Yes.
Am I
Um.
audible? Is my voice reachable?
Hello. Yes. I can hear you.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
I think my voice is going late. It's reaching there late. That's why like if your response is too quiet or you are responding too late. I'm asking I'm asking to you that is this kind of equation
Is it
is it
better?
in hello? Yes, Aisha. Can you join please? Can you join again?
Yes. Sure.
Yeah. Is it fine now?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So I have been asking from you that I have written two kinds of equation. The first one equation is a quadratic equation which equals zero, and we can identify that this equation is kind of quadratic equation. But the second one which I wrote in a different form, can we say this as quadratic equation still that exists in the standard form? I know that's a quadratic equation because the x square, we can say that x square is used, so it's a quadratic equation. But can we say that it has a standard form as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we can't say, Aisha. I told you the standard form of the equation will be always ax squared plus bx plus c, which equals 0. And can you see any kind of 0 in the third equation, which is 3x squared is equal to minus 7x plus 2? Can you see any 0? No.
So it has to be like in that exact position, like 3x squared plus
Exactly.
7x minus
Exactly.
2.
You don't say, you see that was for example. That was for your example to understand. Basically, the standard form of the equation is the above one, which is exactly holding the position of x squared plus bx plus c, which equals 0. That is the clear cut procedure and the pattern of solving the quadratic equation in standard form. Got it? So
Okay.
if the question, yeah, so if the question, for example, I'm just removing the above one, and if the question just come like this, it comes like this. So what we're gonna do? First of all, we make to this equation is in standard form. We have to convert this equation into standard form, and then we're gonna apply the procedure what we are going to do with that. Okay, so if it's 3x squared is equal to minus 7x plus 2, so what I'm going to do, if you learn that whatever we have to change the minus plus or plus minus, or you have to change the sign, what we usually do, we just move the variables and the number to the other side, and the minus plus and plus minus, they do change, isn't it? So I'm just
Yeah.
writing here, it's 3x squared. Now 7 will move towards my left hand side, so it will become 7x, and the 2 will become minus 2 is equal to 0. Now 3, this one, the middle one, is my exact form, which is exact standard form of my quadratic equation. Did you get this concept now?
So it's a squared plus b squared plus c. So can you have minus c too? Because you had minus 2. Does that count as
No.
standard?
See.
Because
Yeah. See, that is not confusing at all. Actually, that is the general formula which you have to write the pattern of the numbers and the variable. If the signs change, doesn't matter at all. Okay, because see, once you will get to know the procedure of solving this quadratic equation, you will automatically get to know that these kind of quadratic equation we just have to use in making the standard form ahead in the above, like when we are solving the steps which are coming ahead, they don't need to standard form again. Okay, so we will be using different methods. So that standard form just to make the numbers to exact position in the A, in the B, and in the C. Okay, the signs, the operational signs, they doesn't matter at all. Got it?
yeah,
Okay, so let's move ahead. So now, for example, I have another number that is y square is equal to 18 minus 7y. Okay, now we see I told you that the quadratic equation has the standard form which equals 0. Can you see any 0 in this equation?
no.
No. So what we're gonna do is we need to write in standard form. We need to convert this equation in standard form. Okay. We can use, like, see the previous procedure. If you remember the previous topic, like either we can factor it or we use the quadratic formula. Like, see, there are two types of methods for solving the quadratic equation. Either we can use the direct factors, the factors which we have been doing, which we had been doing in the previous week. Okay, because see, if I just move these two variables and the real numbers from my left hand side, right hand side to left hand side, that is y square plus 7y minus 18. So this equation, it just look like making the factors by breaking into two different parts. If we're gonna multiply, so we get 18. If we're gonna add or subtract, we're gonna get 7, isn't it? So we can use that method as well to make the factors, and either we can use a quadratic formula, but that quadratic formula we will use ahead. Okay, I will be discussing that formula in the question which are coming ahead. So let's move towards this question. Now I have done making this equation into standard form. Did you notice
Yeah.
how? Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Aisha.
Yes.
I,
Can you
I
hear me?
asked you, yeah, I asked you that I changed this equation into standard form. Okay, and how you can identify, how you can recognize that I have changed this equation into standard form? How? I'm just asking you the reason.
Because the answer is basically 0. You've got the 0.
Yeah, the answer is not actually it's 0. The answer is coming, which is different. But the standard form, it's a compulsory situation that the 0 should come in equal sign. Okay, after the equal sign, that will be our standard form of the quadratic equation. Got it? Okay.
So
So
so if
yes.
you ask that, if how you know that standard form, I'll say that there's a 0 after the equal sign. That's what I'd say.
See, I know, Aisha. See,
Like the answer is basically 0.
no. Aisha, you forgot the standard form. But see, you have to tell me the basic formula. Okay, that's make that doesn't make any sense. Like the answer should be equal 0 and it will be in standard form. It doesn't make any kind of sense. Okay, a sensible answer is not like that. That the answer should be is equal to 0. You have to tell me the exact formula of the standard form, which I told you already. That is ax square plus bx plus c, which equals to 0. That's the formula. Now see, this form that I told you, that this a, this b, and this c are the real numbers, isn't it? So if you put this a into 1, okay, that's why
Yeah.
y square, it means y square has a 1 number. If y square doesn't have any number, it means it's 1 itself. So 1 is a, 7 is b, and 18 is c. Do they similar? Do they
Okay.
resemble?
Yeah.
See, this
Yeah.
equation and this equation. So that is the main concept, to make you understand to write the equation into standard form. Got it? Now that
Yeah.
then we can say that, yeah, after then we can say that once we made the real number, we can say that this 0 and this 0, they both are similar in the both equation. So we can say that this equation is in standard form now. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just writing again. Y square is equal to 18 minus 7y. Now that's not standard form. I need to write into standard form. Y square, that is minus 18 and plus 7y. Okay, that equals to 0. Now see, I am just rearranging it. Okay, I'm just arranging it. How? Y square plus 7y minus 18. Now that makes some sense. Okay, so what we
Okay.
are going to do is that, Aisha, now I told you before as well that for finding quadratic factors, we're gonna use two methods. The first method is to make the factors similarly the way we had done in the previous week. Okay? How? By grouping them, by breaking the middle variable or the middle number into two groups. So if we multiply, we should get 18, and if we're gonna add or subtract, we're gonna get 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so similarly we're gonna adopt that methodology
Okay.
again, and we're gonna make the factor, and then afterwards, once you are done with your factor, I'm gonna give you the answer, what the actual answer is. Okay, you just tell me the factors what you have made. You can do on your page.
So you have to use like the same, like, so they need to multiply to get 18 and they need to add or subtract to get 7.
Exactly.
Okay. In this example, they subtract to get 7. Do you write 9y minus 2y like that? Because the
Exactly,
18
you
is
can.
minus
You
anyway. But
exactly you
yeah,
can.
okay. Um, okay, so you have these two y squared plus y plus 9 so the answer is
The
oh,
first
one
factor
second.
is,
Wait, just 1 second. I think that is yeah. Wait, is it going to be y minus 9 or minus? Because I
y
think the first
y would be
factor.
plus. See, 9 would be plus, Aisha. Don't get confused. Y would be plus 9. Sorry, 9 would be plus, because the
And the 2 would be
factorization you have done with
minus.
7y, yeah, it will be plus 9y minus 2y, because you have to get plus 7y.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you're left with So the answer is y minus 2 is the first
Okay.
factor,
And okay.
and
And
that is y plus 9.
exactly.
Y plus
Very good.
9.
Excellent. Y plus 9. Okay. Now see, the method is not like different, just the previous method, but what we have to do, I'm telling you, I've been saying again and again, this quadratic formula is based on real numbers. So if you made the real number, you have to get the answer in the real numbers as well. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you just make separate in the quadratic. I'm telling you again, this
What did you
procedure
say?
we
Your
have.
voice just.
Hello, can you listen me now? Hello, hello. Aisha, Aisha, can you listen me now? Hello.
Can you hear me? Yes.
It should not. It should not. Okay, hello.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. I can. Okay, so what I was saying that can you listen me now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I was saying that you just need to take out the real numbers from the factors just in solving the quadratic formula, just in solving the quadratic equation. Okay, so when you are done with your factors in the quadratic equation, what you have to do, you have to separate your factors from variable from with variable from real numbers. Okay, so y is your variable, so what you're gonna do is that your y has come out with -2. That's your real number, the first answer. And the another real number which you are left with is +9. Okay, don't forget to put the sign, which is compulsory with the numbers, because we see the factor is in minus as well. So we have to make that sign as well with the real number. Got it? So you are left with the answer, which is y equals -2 and y equals +9. That's your answer, because our priority is not to make the factors, but our priority is to make the real numbers in answer. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So, did you copy that question now?
Yeah. Just 1 second.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Done.
Okay, fine. Now, another example, which is that's seems to be different, sorry, that seems to be simple. Like, I just, like that equation is not in standard form. So what I'm going to do, I'm just dragging my 121 into my left hand side, and it will become w square minus 121 equals 0. Okay, in which I know that my a, see, ax square plus bx plus c, which equals 0. Okay, but this time I have only two terms, isn't it? So I can write like this
Yeah.
as well. See this, if w square has not any number, it doesn't have any number, I can write one itself. So I can write a, which is equals to 1, b equals 0. And why I wrote b equals 0? Because b doesn't have any number, isn't it? Can you see any number, any
Okay.
variable, any term with the b? If you don't see, you just simply write b equals 0. Okay, and what comes after b? That's c, and you see that c is
Nine.
equals 121.
120. Yeah.
Okay, minus 121. Okay, so are you clear with this?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
you can
now,
two. So you can literally just write that the whichever expression is missing, you write is equal to 0.
exactly, because that's only the strategy which we are left with only works, because we are not we don't have any option to write any other number, because we need real number, and if we don't have any real number, so the real number is left only 0. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so what I'm going to do is that, now see, w square minus 121, I'm writing again, it doesn't need to write again. So w square minus 121, how you gonna solve this these two terms? Aisha, just remember the formula, which is a square minus b square, isn't it? And you see
Yeah.
that 121 is your perfect square of 11. So you are left with the factors.
Yeah.
They should be W plus 11 and W minus
Yeah.
11. Okay, that would,
My,
yeah, they would be the factors. Now see, we are solving the quadratic equation. So what we have to do, we need to take out
um.
the answer into real numbers.
Okay.
Now, okay, I'm just writing W equals
Yeah.
plus 11 and W equals minus 11. That's your actual answer in the real numbers. Okay. Okay, one thing
Okay.
more which I really want to clear in this example, I could have solved the equation more simply, like just like this. Wait, let me clear this. Okay, so in this example, I could have solved the equation more simply, like W square root, and I would have simply taken the square root of 121, and I get W is equal to plus minus 11. See that plus minus 11 and this minus 11, and they are the same, isn't it? So
Okay.
if you saw the equation, it's important to remember that plus or minus, since it's minus 11 squared equals 121, just like 11 squared does. Like, I mean to say that whatever the answer is coming in your minus sign, it should have to come, it has to come with plus sign as well.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, because see, if I write 4, okay, and I take out the square root of 4, sometimes I can left with only 2. I don't write any number. I don't write with every number plus minus.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, so that's why the priority is to make these kind of fraction, is that because we should get the answer in plus as well and in minus as well.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to write the last example, and then we're gonna end the class. Okay.
Okay.
So X, you can tell the reason to sir as well. Okay, because he was asking yesterday from me as well that why the class ended so early. So I told him the reason. Okay, today you can tell him the reason. You can tell him the reason. Fine.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Okay. X into X plus 2 is equals 7. Fine. Now some people only we usually might be attempted to say that 2 number multiplied equals 7. Like, see, I can easily write this. I should get a number that's common outside. I should take a number that's common outside, and then I write the bracket inside, etc., etc. So I might be attempted to say that 2 number multiply equals 7, then one of them better to equals 1 or 7, maybe minus 1 or minus 7, but that's faulty reasoning in this case, because x and x plus 2, can you see this x and x plus 2? Let me make you understand in more simple language. Like, see, we are just making this equation. Just multiply these two variables, they got x square. Yeah, x multiplied by x will be x square. Then this x will be multiplied with 2 as well, it will become 2x. Yeah, and
Okay.
then it will be minus 7. So I am dragging my 7 into this left hand side, and it will become x squared plus 2x plus 7, which equals 0. Okay, now the time is to understand this kind of factorization, because we don't have to be whole number, they could be crazy fraction, but I know that they can't be made fraction or the factor. You can try as well. You can try, Aisha. Can you try to make the factors of this equation?
I'm not very sure because you would have taken the power from the x, but then that's not a number, so you can't really
Exactly, exactly.
take.
That's the main thing which I wanted to make you understand, is that if we still multiply one number, because x squared doesn't have any number, so obviously if doesn't have any number, so we have to write a 1. So 1, if still 1 gets multiplied with 7, it comes 7, and the 7 is a kind of multiple which doesn't give, which does not give any divisible number with 2, isn't it? Or we don't have any multiple of 2 which gets 7. Okay, so that thing is very clear for us that there is no way of fraction to get these kind of factors. Okay,
Okay.
so what we gonna do now? Can you tell me any solution? I'm just want to have a quest from you.
I'm not actually sure what you do in this situation because
Aisha, if you remember, in beginning of the class, I told you that the quadratic equation can be solved with two methods. The first one taking out the factors, and the second one using the quadratic formula. Do you remember now?
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So let's use the quadratic equation formula. So we are getting into the formula, right? The formula
Yeah.
is now it's time to it's time to write the formula. Now first of all, what you have to do, you have to make the real numbers for the formula, because actual the real numbers we are using in the formula to get the real numbers, to get the factors. Okay, so this x square, it means a equals 1, this 2x means b equals 2, and this 7 means c equals 3.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's fine, it's 7. Sorry, it's why it's 3, it's 7. And it this one is, yeah, it's 7. Okay,
Okay.
so are you done with this?
Yes.
So okay, I'm just writing the formula, and then I know that you should not get late for the meeting. I'm just writing the formula. Minus b, x equals minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac. Okay, it's b square. B square minus 4ac divided by 2a. That's the formula.
4ac or 4a
Yeah,
square.
yeah. Minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac. A and c are going to be multiplied with each other.